Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
Firefighters were kept busy across southeast Missouri this weekend. Construction is ahead of schedule on the Route 72 bridge over Highway 67. And Dr. Sunil Chan joins us on Ask the Expert. All of these stories and when will these triple-digit high temperatures end?
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Firefighters throughout the 18 Eyewitness News viewing area battled blazes throughout the weekend. In Iron County, the fire at the Mark Twain National Forest that started on Thursday and almost scorched 600 acres is finally contained. However, firefighters are remaining on the scene within the perimeter working to control the situation and should be expected to be there a few more days. Now, there's no word on an exact cause, but authorities are suspecting arson. Governor Jay Nixon met with members of the emergency management team and surveyed the fire by helicopter Saturday morning. Crews from over 30 departments in 6 counties responded to a wildfire in Central St. Francis County that started right around 12:30 p.m. Saturday afternoon. Doe Run Fire Chief Mike Kellogg says the departments worked in 3 areas to contain the fire.
I have 3 different operation crews, one working here at the original address, one in a hayfield, and then another one over on Randolph Road. We're attacking it from 3 different angles. What's making it so tough is the fact that everything is so dry and that we have such rough terrain that we're trying to get into.
Kellogg tells 18 Eyewitness News that the cause of the fire is under investigation, and this will make the second time in 1 week that the department has responded to the same residence.
We have no idea what the original cause is. It's still going to be investigated. We do know, however, that this is the second time we've been here this week on a brush fire, and nobody lives here. The house is up for sale. Fortunately, it's all been off in the woods and in the field, and it hasn't been up by the residents.
It took crews nearly 5 hours to completely contain the fire. Kellogg reminds people that the dry conditions make fire especially dangerous at this time. 47 acres in Madison County also burned this past weekend. According to the U.S. Forest Service, the fire burned about 30 acres of the Mark Twain National Forest in the Higdon area, as well as some private land. The fire consumed the old Higdon School, a trailer, and 5 cars. Authorities say a local man was brush hogging a field when he hit a rock, which sparked, starting the fire. The blaze was located right off Highway N in the Higdon area, northeast of Fredericktown. On Sunday, multiple crews responded to a brush fire north of Sam A. Baker State Park near Patterson. Authorities say the fire was out by the early evening, and no word on how much land that fire damaged. Also on Sunday, firefighters battled a 65-acre field fire in Bollinger County between Zalma and Marble Hill. A home and sawmill were in danger of being consumed, but crews were able to save them. Firefighters got the call around 3 in the afternoon, and the blaze was under control a few hours later. Now Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our first forecast. Dustin?
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. Temperatures at this hour are on the warm side. 93 degrees right now in Cape Girardeau, 94 in St. Genevieve through Fredericktown, 91 right now in Van Buren, and 94 in Potosi. As we head through the evening hours, partly sunny skies at 7 p.m., 95 degrees, 88 by 9, and clear skies with a temperature around 81. Will we see any more relief in sight that we saw today? All those details coming up later in weather.
The city of Piedmont is buying 2 fire trucks. The trucks will replace the 2 that were lost in the blaze at the Piedmont Fire Station last fall. Now, since that time, the city has been renting 2 trucks for about $4,000 a month. The city is buying those trucks that they've been renting, and those rental fees will be applied to the purchase price. The city of Piedmont will pay $113,000 for a pumper truck and $202,470 for a ladder truck. Mayor Bill Kirkpatrick tells 18 Eyewitness News that the city will apply their insurance settlement to the pumper, so they'll only be paying on 1 truck.
council's intention to pay off the one truck, and we took out a loan on the large ladder truck that we purchased. So we'll only owe the one payment on the ladder truck.
Kirkpatrick points out that the ladder truck is not only used for fighting fires, but for water rescues as well. The Missouri Right to Life is emphasizing their endorsement of Farmington City Councilman John Robinson in the Republican primary for the 116th State House District. Last week, Right to Life issued a second press release endorsing Robinson. In that release, the group said they would not endorse Robinson's opponent, Senator Kevin Engler, because of his vote on the Missouri Science and Innovation Reinvestment Act. Right to Life opposed Morsira because there were no restrictions against taxpayer money being funneled into embryonic stem cell or cloning research or abortion services. Robinson says being a pro-life candidate involves more than being anti-abortion.
I can agree with them in every other area, but if it doesn't come down to they're a solid 100% pro-life individual, I can't vote for them. You can't be just on the abortion side. I believe that you need to look at the human cloning, the embryonic stem cell research. If you're pro-life, you've got to be 100% pro-life, or you're truly not a pro-life candidate. And so that coming out really brings a contrast between me and, I believe, my opponent.
Robinson and Engler will face each other in the August 7th Republican primary for state representative in the 116th district. The Poplar Bluff Chamber of Commerce is passing along a warning from the police of a potential check fraud. Authorities say 2 Hispanic males attempted to cash a couple of checks at People's Community State Bank in Poplar Bluff. However, when the bank started to call to verify the checks, the 2 men became agitated, asked for the checks back, and then left. Another bank reports a similar situation in the area. This report sounds like a robbery fraud gang that Perry County Sheriff Gary Schaft was investigating back in March.
These guys, they're all Hispanic. They seem to operate in a group, and they all go in with these forged checks. So they steal the checks, take them back, and they put it in an amount and forge a signature and take them to the bank and cash them, and then they take the cash.
Poplar Bluff police are asking everyone to be extra cautious when accepting checks. If you see anything suspicious, call them at 785-5776. And when we come back on 18 Eyewitness News, construction is ahead of schedule on the Route 72 bridge over Highway 67. That story is coming up only on 18 Eyewitness News.
When you're looking for quality home furnishings, appliances, and more, look no further than Heartland Furniture and Appliance. Heartland Furniture and Appliance offers great low prices every day and 6 months same as cash financing. No hassle leasing and great customer service. With 3 locations to better serve you, the customer. In Donovan, Dexter, and Piedmont on both sides of Main Street. Heartland Furniture and Appliance.
Sing a song about the Heartland. Sing a song about my life.
Oh, the blood of Jesus washes. Let it wash you this morning. Oh, the blood of Jesus shed for me. What a sacrifice that saved my life. With the blood, it is my victory.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins, Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp, and Jeremy Martin with sports. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
Construction on the Route 72 bridge over Highway 67 is ahead of schedule. Missouri Department of Transportation resident engineer Jason Williams says the span is one of the last safe and sound bridge projects in our area.
The bridge obviously has been demoed, and they are now getting ready to pour pile caps for their foundations. That project is expected to be, as I said, completed early, we think, ahead of schedule, barring weather. Don't want to get folks too excited, but we are ahead of schedule slightly.
The original completion date for the new bridge was in mid-August, and Williams tells 18 Eyewitness News that crews will be setting the girders for the new bridge deck very soon. Nominations are being accepted for the USDA's Farm Service Agency County Committee for St. Francis and Iron counties. Executive Director Gary Clevey tells 18 Eyewitness News that the FSA committee allows local people to make local decisions, for example, disaster programs.
We're currently, in a drought situation, getting worse each day. So the county committee will be putting together some things and be requesting some programs, probably for drought. They also address conservation issues, work on commodity loans. We make loans for commodity crops, corn, wheat, soybeans.
Clevey tells 18 Eyewitness News who is eligible to be nominated to that committee.
Anyone who is a active member, farmer in the LAAs where the elections are going to be taking place, anyone who has a farm, has ownership in a farm in the county can be elected to the county committee.
Elected county committee members serve a 3-year term. Nominations will be accepted until August the 1st. The Iron County Genealogy Society will host unsung heroes and heroines of the Civil War, Missouri. Their lives and their times featured on Tuesday evening. Historians Chris Warren and his wife Twyla will discuss a number of lesser-known Missourians who served in the Civil War.
We will have some different people that maybe some people have heard of, maybe they haven't. But it will be, a variety of people and focusing mainly on people from especially southeast and eastern Missouri.
The Warrens will also present research on how your family can be connected to a single significant period in time. Chris points out that Missouri ranked 3rd in the number of Civil War engagements in the entire country.
We just don't get the credit for it, and we didn't have the large populations like they did back east, only being 40 years as a state and basically the furthest western continuous state at that point in time. Southeast Missouri had a lot of guerrilla warfare and a lot of engagements on a smaller scale. Even Farmington area had a couple of small skirmishes that most people have never heard of.
Heroines of the Civil War, Missouri, their lives and times will be presented Tuesday evening at 7 in the Ironton Library meeting room. And when we come back on 18 Eyewitness News, Dr. Sunil Chan joins us with an important topic on Ask the Expert.
Will we see any relief inside? I'll have all the details coming up next in weather.
When someone comes in a Mineral Area's emergency department, our focus is giving them the best treatment in the quickest manner possible. We track every single patient, sending the doctors information before they even walk in the room. We have dedicated X-ray and CT equipment in our emergency department. We don't have to waste any time running all over the hospital. We know that minutes count in an emergency, and you can count on ER Plus at Mineral Area Regional Medical Center.
Storm Tracker 18 Weather is brought to you by CNC Distributing.
Devastating tornadoes can destroy your home in just seconds. Are you and your family protected? I'm Clinton Bailey with CNC Distributing, and I want to introduce you to the best storm shelter anywhere. Our storm shelters will seat up to 15 people comfortably. They have lights and ventilation, and most importantly, they will save your family from the devastation of tornadoes. Remember back in the day about everyone had some sort of storm shelter, and now you can too. Let me show you how affordable our storm shelters are. Call me, Clinton, at 573-330-8869.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. We saw some relief today here in southeast Missouri. Just a little pop-up thunderstorm here and there. We had reports of a little bit of hail in Iron County today. And will we see any more of that? We'll let's take a look at our weather headlines and we'll find out. We're going to see a pop thunderstorms possible for the next day or so. The heat is still going to be on though. Temperature around 100 degrees, maybe a few degrees cooler than that. The 4th is looking dry and hot, and a good chance of showers and thunderstorms will be at the beginning of next week. Here in southeast Missouri, temperatures are on the warm side, 93 in Cape Girardeau, 94 in St. Genevieve and Fredericktown, 93 in Ellington. Van Buren right now a little bit cooler at 91, 94 in Festus and Potosi. And here at the station we have a current temperature. It's warm out there, 97 degrees under a partly sunny sky. Feels like 100 though, with a current dew point 65, 33% humidity, and a southwest wind at 6 miles per hour. We're going to start seeing warm air continuing to bellow into the forecast area through southeast Missouri. There is a chance of some showers and thunderstorms pop up through southern parts of our viewing area. We may see some here in Farmington, Iron County, possibly in Madison, some areas like that, but it's not going to be much in the way of relief, but maybe just a little bit here in southeast Missouri. So for tonight, partly cloudy skies, low around 72, light to variable winds, 71 in St. Genevieve, 69 in Fredericktown as well as in Ironton, 70 in Ellington, Van Buren, 68, 72 in Poplar Bluff. Then tomorrow, we're going to be on the warm side near 100 degrees, 99 here in Farmington as well as in Festus, 98 in Potosi, 97 in Ellington, 96 in Poplar Bluff, 97 in Piedmont and Cape Girardeau with a southwest wind about 5 miles per hour. The next several days are looking like this here in southeast Missouri. Plenty of sunshine for the next several days. On Wednesday, 4th of July, high of 100 degrees. Then on Thursday, we'll see a partly sunny sky, high of 99. A little bit cooler on Friday with a partly sunny sky, 98. 99 on both Saturday and Sunday, partly sunny skies. A chance of thunderstorms on Monday with a high of 94. But otherwise, we're going to see a partly sunny sky on Monday. Look at our weekend forecast once again, high of 99 degrees on Saturday with partly sunny skies, low of 79, and a carbon copy on Sunday with a high of 99 and a low of 79 as well. And that's a check of your storm tracker or weather forecast. More details located at froggy96online.com. Just click on the weather tab. Fred, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Dustin. And now Fred Dawkins Jr. is in the studio with Ask the Expert.
On today's edition of Ask the Expert, we speak with Dr. Sunil Chand of Chand's Medical Office and Family Urgent Care.
Anemia is a medical condition in which the red blood cells or hemoglobin is less than normal. Hemoglobin is the red pigment giving our red cells our red color. The function of hemoglobin is to carry oxygen from the lungs to the cells of our body and to carry carbon dioxide from the body back to the lungs, so it can be exhaled. There are two basic causes of anemia. Number one, the body decrease in production of red blood cells, and number two, the increased loss of red cells. By collecting a blood sample called the CBC, the doctor can determine and clues to determine the cause of your anemia. Iron deficiency is a common cause of anemia. Iron is the major component of hemoglobin and is essential for the proper function. Chronic blood loss is the most common cause of iron deficiency, anemia, as the body uses up the iron stores to compensate for the blood loss. Acute blood loss or sudden blood loss is another cause. This kind of anemia can cause dizziness, fatigue, confusion, and shortness of breath. Another common cause is B12 deficiency. This is called pernicious anemia. Some people have conditions that make it hard for the body to absorb B12 through the intestines. This cause would include being a strict vegetarian, not getting healthy supplies of green leafy vegetables, or being a heavy drinker. The symptoms of anemia include tiredness, fatigue, pale skin, heat, palpitations, shortness of breath. After determining the cause of anemia, doctors can begin treatment. The success rate for treating anemia is very good, but it does depend on the underlying cause. Treatments include iron fortified vitamins, B12 injections, and other drugs used to promote red blood cell production.
If you have a question you'd like to ask one of our experts, log on to froggy96online.com and click Ask the Expert.
Coming up in today's Your Life segment on 18 Eyewitness News, Focus on the Family shows us the lifestyles of the downwardly mobile.
I'm Stacy Johnson. Why are these graduates smiling? Maybe because they're not just getting degrees, they're set up for the #1 job in America. I'll explain coming up on Money Talks News.
Your Health is brought to you by Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy of Deloge, where caring for you and about you is our business. From taking time to explain your medication, offering a caring touch, to a full line of medical equipment, supplies, and diabetic shoes. We'll help you understand your options and assist you with Medicare drug plan enrollment. With a comfortable waiting area, convenient drive-through or free delivery, caring for our neighbors is our business. Your locally owned Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy, just off of Highway 67 at the Deloge exit. When you're recovering from a traumatic injury, the last thing you need is an unexpected bill. Because most health insurers pay only a part of air transport, Archair Medical has a solution, the Omni Advantage program. For a membership fee of $49 per year, Omni Advantage guarantees you and other covered family members will not have to pay anything that your health insurer doesn't provide. In an extraordinary emergency, the last thing you need to worry about is cost. Contact Archair Medical or visit them on the web to discover all the advantages of Omni Advantage.
Routine panic? That's a phrase that describes many of our lives when we're very busy. And as Dr. Bill Meyer points out in today's Focus on the Family segment, our families usually pay the price.
There was no margin for error. There was, no one could get sick. There could be no flat tire. Every minute accounted for, and not only at home, but at work too.
Does that sound anything like your life? Unfortunately, it describes the majority of American families these days. Schedules packed to the hilt without any breathing room. Johnny McCoy had a high-powered, well-paying job that she loved, but it was destroying her family life.
It was a very hard choice. I tried to do the best of both worlds. I did what they said you could do. You can have it all, but you really can't.
Just seems like everybody's just out there keeping up with the Joneses. And so you got both parents out there working and chasing their careers, but at the same time, you're losing the greatest chance in terms of investing, which is investing into your children.
Trying to reduce her work hours meant she had to pack more work into less time. Finally, Johnny and her husband decided to make a daring plunge, a conscious decision to cut their income drastically in order to have more family time.
The first year was real tough. It was tight. I couldn't just go down to the ATM and pull out money anymore. So we had a number of things that we had to radically change.
I did have to make choices, and shopping for recreation had to disappear, which I was amazed at how much that was in our life.
Johnny and Bo had to find new ways to enjoy life that didn't cost a lot, but they were able to focus on their most important priorities.
I mean, money is of course very important, but I think family is even the most important. I mean, if you fail at developing the character of the next generation, that is the worst loss I think I can have.
When we come to the end of our lives, you know what's going to matter? Is the people that we love and the ones that loved us back. That's what's going to matter the most.
For Focus on the Family, I'm Dr. Bill Meyer.
For more valuable information on life's issues, relationships, and family, please visit FocusOnTheFamilyTV.com. While getting a college degree is important, so is getting a job. If you're heading to college in the fall, it'll pay you to know which diplomas will convert to cash. Here's Money reporter Stacy Johnson with the top careers that are going to be hiring.
Christina Baker just got her master's and already has a choice of jobs, but not everyone's so lucky. According to one recent study, half of this year's graduating class will end up either unemployed or underemployed a year from now.
But it takes more than a degree, it takes the right degree, and these graduates have it. The #1 job in America, according to U.S. News and World Report, is nursing. Between now and 2020, we're going to need 700,000 nurses. It makes it one of the best jobs in America.
Next degree most likely to succeed? Software developers. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, between now and 2020, we'll need 143,000 more. Median salary, about $88,000. Also in high demand are pharmacists. Median annual pay, $111,000, and we're going to need 70,000 more by the end of the decade. Number 4 on the U.S. News and World Report list is medical assistant. This field will add 160,000 jobs by 2020. Median income, however, only $28,000. And rounding out the top 5 jobs this year is database administrator. About 34,000 new jobs opening up over the decade, with a median income of about $77,000.
Every job in the top 10 and many in the top 25 involve just 2 careers, either computer or healthcare. So if you're entering college this year, take note. If you want a degree that converts into cash, you might want to consider one of those too.
Want to see a more complete list? It's waiting right here at moneytalksnews.com. I'm Stacy Johnson.
And as Stacy said, he's got more information and links at his website. To get there, just go to moneytalksnews.com.
And coming up in sports, the Cardinals salvage 1 game in their series with Pittsburgh over the weekend. At least 4 Cardinals will be going to the All-Star game in Kansas City, and Mizzou officially joined the Southeastern Conference on Sunday. These stories and more coming up in sports on 18 Eyewitness News.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs, and they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1-800-587-709.
This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News with Jeremy Martin.
The Cardinals avoided a sweep at the hands of the Pittsburgh Pirates on Sunday when Shane Robinson's 5th-inning single drove in the winning run. The Redbirds salvaged the last game of the series with a 5-4 victory. After a shaky start, Jake Westbrook got his first win ever against the Pirates after going 6 innings. Jason Mott picked up his 17th save. The homestand continues tonight when the Colorado Rockies invade Busch Stadium. Right-hander Kyle Loesch will take the mound for the Cardinals. He'll be opposed by the Rockies' Josh Outman. At least 4 Cardinals will be in Kansas City next week for the All-Star game. Shortstop Rafael Furcal and outfielder Carlos Beltran will start for the Senior Circus squad. Rookie Lance Lynn's strong start to the season has earned him a spot on the pitching staff, and catcher Yadier Molina has been voted a reserve by the players. Third baseman David Freese could join his teammates in Kansas City with the help of St. Louis fans. Freese is among 5 National League players who are competing for the final roster spot on the squad. Fans can vote for Freese at MLB.com. His competition includes the retiring Chipper Jones, up-and-coming hotshot Bryce Harper, as well as Michael Bourne and Aaron Hill. The NHL and Players Association have confirmed the salary cap for next season. The cap, which is tied to the NHL's projected total of $3.2 billion in revenue from last season, has been temporarily set at just over $70 million. Since the installation of the cap system following the 2004-2005 lockout, that figure has jumped more than $31 million. Tom Stillman has been owner of the Blues for less than 2 months, but he acknowledges that the astronomical increase creates issues for his club, which under previous ownership had the 8th lowest payroll in the league last season at just under $55 million. Though the Blues have prioritized the top 4 defensive as their #1 need and are nearly $28 million under the cap, Stillman's belief that the team already possesses a productive roster and his goal of making the mid-market organization financially sound will curb enthusiasm for making a free agent splash. And last week, as Missouri prepared to move to the Southeastern Conference, Athletics Director Mike Alden found it impossible not to give a final nod of gratitude to the Big 12. He told reporters, quote, "Where we are today is absolutely a direct result of the competition and type of institutions we were associated with," end quote. Only time will tell if Mizzou is situated well enough to compete in the SEC. Mizzou certainly will have to adjust financially. The athletic department ranked 6th in the Big 12 out of the remaining 10 teams in budget last year, and the $59 million spent that year would have ranked 11th in the SEC. Budgets in the SEC averaged slightly more than $81 million, while Big 12 schools spent around $68 million. Mizzou officially became a member of the SEC on Sunday. And that's a look at sports. Fred and Dustin, back to you.
Hard to believe, but Dustin, the last day or so, even this afternoon, we saw some rainfall come into the area.
Yeah, we did, and there were some people that were like, what is that? I mean, heck, you were standing a while ago outside, and it, I think, rained on you, didn't it?
It did. I thought, wow, what is this? Yeah. But it's not enough. That's not going to take care of a lot of the drought conditions that we've got around here. Tomorrow evening, if we get it put together, we're going to have a report from the city of Farmington that actually shows how low the water really is, the aquifer under the ground. And really, it could get to be in kind of a serious situation here if we don't do some conservation. Larry Lacey will be here to join us, I believe, tomorrow on the news to explain that for us. A lot of communities are not having fireworks displays this year.
That is right, and we just got word from Madison County that the fireworks that they were planning on showing in the Azalea Park has been canceled. However, they will still have the rest of the festivities starting at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, Fred. So it's going to be hot. But the fireworks have been canceled because of the drought conditions that we've been seeing. We don't want to start any more fires. We've already seen plenty in Colorado and now plenty in Missouri. So let's just take a look at the 7-day forecast. Is there any relief in sight? Not really for the next couple of days. We are going to see temperatures around the 100-degree mark for the next several days. Next Monday, a possibility of some thunderstorms, a high rather, of 94. Tuesday of next week, though, looks like we could see a good chance of showers and thunderstorms. So we may get a little relief there.
All right, very good. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back at 10 o'clock with more on 18 Eyewitness News. Until then, have a blessed evening, and God bless everyone.
Have a good evening, everybody. Newswatch is next. We'll see you tonight at 10.
Do you see news happening in your neighborhood? Email us at news@kdkz.tv.
Here's what's coming up tonight on KDKZ 18.